Don't forget to keep checking out the links down in the description, and if there are any other like catch-all links for other vulnerable communities that may need our help, that need to be brought to light, that needs to be spread around, to be brought to my attention and other people's attention, please let me know in the comments and any of my social medias. I will gladly add them to like the links I have them down in the description, and I will also be checking those out like I check out the links that I already have listed. And whenever I can help out, whenever I can do anything, I'm always checking those out, and I really hope you guys are too. Hello Friendsies, welcome back to my channel. By the time you're watching this, my birthday was yesterday, so happy birthday to me. I am 26 years old now. On the internet, I am practically ancient. So that's fun, and I'm really loving today's outfit, and I think today's outfit is like top tier. And yesterday's outfit was also top tier. I know it is. I'm filming this before my birthday, but it's going out after my birthday. I already know that my outfit for tomorrow is top tier. Check out my Instagram if you want to see that outfit. Anyway, I don't know. I wanted to talk about being older on the internet because I've made videos about, you know, like being an adult online and like how to interact in certain places, like in certain spaces with like younger people, which younger people do make up the majority of the internet. And I just wanted to talk about like a couple other things, like really just ramble like I do in every video, because I am 26 chronologically, and I'm very much aware of the fact that I'm an adult in the ways that you need to be aware of it. Like when you interact with like people online and just like in like queer spaces, like interacting with younger people, I'm very much aware that I am an adult. But at the same time, mentally, I'm like 18 years old. I don't know if this is like true for anybody else, because I felt, from what I can remember, I felt very different when I turned 16, and I think it was because the idea of like I'm not sure about other cultures, but like in American culture, 16, especially for people that identify as like female, are very big. Like turning 16 is a big thing. My Super Sweet 16 that used to be on MTV, it was like a big deal to me, and I had a very nice Sweet 16. I felt very different at 16, and I felt very different at 18, and I don't know if 18 was because I turned 18 a couple months before I graduated, because my birthday's in January, and I graduated June 1st. I think 18 was different because I was like graduating high school and like becoming an adult, essentially. But since 18, I really haven't felt any different because honestly, my life hasn't changed much since I was 18, and I think that's why. Because I think a lot of people feel different at 21 because they do like partake in drinking alcohol and everything. I personally don't. I don't drink, I don't smoke. Just personal preference, you know, no judgment to you if you do. I think that's why a lot of people feel different at 21. And I think all of your 20s, like 20 to 29, I think people do end up feeling different somewhere in that time because a lot of people are like having children, like getting their first apartment, things like that. Personally, I haven't done either of those either. I live at home with my mom, and I do not have any children, and I do not have desire to have any children. And that's something that's changed in my 20s because when I was like 18, 19, 20, I very much was like, I could definitely have a baby right now and like raise a baby. And I do genuinely think that if I had a baby and didn't have like the partner's support system, that me and my mom could very well like raise a baby together. I don't like, and with my friend group and like my support system, I would very much be able to raise a baby. But I also know, like I was like 22, 23. What year did I go to Disney? I think 23. I think 23 was the age I realized that I am mentally and emotionally not ready to have a child. As much as I would very much like to become a mom one day, I very much want children, whether it's through adoption, surrogacy, like giving birth myself. I very, very much want to be a mother one day. However, I am very selfish right now in my life. And I think that's okay to admit. I don't know if that sounds bad when I say it, but maybe if I say it, other people will be like, oh shit, she's right. I'm very selfish right now. There's no way in hell I'd be able to like be there emotionally and mentally for my child. And that's really important because just providing for your child and like giving them a place to live is not being a great parent. It's a big help, but that's not the like full qualification of being a good parent. I'm way too selfish. My big purchases are like special things for my cat that cost a lot more than they probably should, and my freaking computer that I saved up for over a year and a half. Like, those are my important purchases, and like my birthday is a very big deal to me. I've literally have next week like a vlog of like my birthday week because my birthday is super important to me. And not that you have to, but I feel like a lot of people who become parents very much like, even if they did really love their birthday before and like found their birthdays like really important and special to them, give up on that when they have children. I'm not saying everybody does. I'm saying I've seen a lot of people that do. So in a lot of ways, it's just like having a kid is not a priority for me. I very much want children one day. I can fucking wait. Being 26 is just kind of weird because, like I said, I don't feel any different, but there is like very much the awareness that I am 26. I am 4 years away from 30. That's fucking scary. Both of my brothers are already in their mid to late 30s too. So, but like both of them have families and have homes. So it's just odd. It's just odd to me because I feel like I'm very much not in the same place as like my brothers were when they were 26. But that's not a bad thing either because that doesn't necessarily mean that like, I'm not saying that my brothers are like unhappy in the situations they're in. They're very happy with their homes and their families and their positions in life right now. That's not like, it's not to say that they're not happy, but I feel like choices they made at 26 when they were 26, they wouldn't necessarily make the same ones if they could go back and be 26 again. Does that make sense? And I'm very much realizing that lately too, because I want to say like since July, August, things have been really, like, at work specifically, between the panorama and between situations going on at my specific workplace. There's been a lot going on at work that kind of brought on, like, a very, very sudden, like, change of, like, who I am and how I view things. And it's unfortunate because, yes, while change is, like, inevitable and, you know, you can't grow if you don't change and blah, 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 it was a change that I wish would have maybe happened more gradually, and not something that was, like, incredibly, it felt, like, very, like, violent and sudden because of the situations that are happening at work. It's just, like, it's a lot, and I know that I am, like, a very different person now than I was in even like June of last year. June of last year, I was very different than who I was in like November. And that was kind of scary to go through like very quickly because I didn't realize it one day. I was texting a friend and they were like, damn, like I just really miss you, man. Because especially like October, November, December when retail gets like crazy fucking busy. One of my friends was just like, damn, I really miss you. Like, we can't, like, obviously we don't hang out all the time because of the panorama, but just, like, texting every day and texting about different things and, like, having fun with, like, AUs and, like, imaginary worlds and shit. Like, they were just like, damn, I really miss you. And I was like, damn, I really miss me too. Because it's really hard in retail. Like, it's already really shitty and awful in retail, but with the panorama, it's, like, that much worse. And I've had to, like, not that I've ever really let anything in retail, like my bosses or anything, like kind of walk all over me, because even before all of this and this like sudden change I'm talking about, they were like approval for time off. I was basically like, I would always stand up for myself and be like, I gave you far enough ahead of time. You either need to approve this or understand that I'm going to be calling out every single one of these days. Like I've always very much stood up for myself, but I have found that I've become like, I think anybody that works in retail will be able to relate to this, and honestly, just anybody who's like actively working in an environment, like in any of similar environment during this panorama. It is very much when I go to work and when I get out of work, I am two completely different people. Before it was just like my customer service voice and like not actively talking shit in front of certain people, but now I am two completely different people, clocked in and clocked out. And I don't love that. But I also think it's necessary. I think that's something I maybe should have been doing for a long time and haven't, because unfortunately for me, I have been at this current job for 7 years and I desperately need a change. I desperately need to get out, but that's not how things work in life, which sucks. So yeah, I don't know. I am different, and being older doesn't have anything to do with that, or it does, but in the sense of, like, this job has aged me more than, like, chronological age. Does that make any sense? That's not what I even wanted to talk about, so I don't know how I got into that, like, ramble. But anyway, yeah, being 26 is weird. And there's some like, I almost want to talk about it here, but I do also want to make a completely separate video about it. There are some things I've like come to realize in my mid to late 20s that again are things like I always knew and I've always had that in my head, but it much more prevalent and much more like right in my face. Like the video I made about the car accident I was in July. You know, the white privilege video, because that is also extremely prevalent in life. How obviously like I'm aware that I have white privilege and every day I'm like trying to work on and learning like how much privilege I have and what I can do to use that white privilege to benefit people of color. And like that's always like in my head, but that like exact moment made it like very in my face. There are a lot of things too that have been kind of happening in my life, especially in the past year, that just like I was always vaguely aware of it, but then a lot of things happened that like were like, no, listen. So yeah, I'll get into more of those a little later in the year. I have up to the first week of April planned out in my planner, so that's super fun. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about being 26. I feel a lot better about 26 than I did about 25. I don't know what it was about 25 that like really fucked me up, but I was like not happy about 25. 23 and 24 were like, cool, whatever. Ages. 25 was like, oh my God. Like I felt like I was watching the hourglass completely fall, which is funny because 25 was the year of, 25 was the year of redacted. You didn't hear anything. I don't know how to bleep myself out. Just bleep myself out in your brain when you watch this video. Anyway, yeah, I felt like I was very much like watching the sands of the hourglass fall at 25, but now I'm 26 and I'm like, hey, we're fucking vibing. I've had a really good week so far, and the rest of this week I also just intend to like hang out. I took like a very long week off. I don't work Saturday, so I have Saturday to Saturday off, and then I have the additional Sunday, so that's super fun. I really like that. It's just like, you know, I just need to do that. And also I've learned from my job that I am going to take a long weekend off like once a month. Couple months I won't be doing that because I take time off in January for my birthday. I take time off in May because it's needed. I take time off in August for my family vacation. Time in September for some other family stuff, and then time off in December. I always take Christmas off. I've worked one Christmas Eve and I will never do it again. But I've also decided that I'm going to be taking one long weekend off a month, barring any other like days off I would need or like need to call out, because I need that for myself, for my mental health, for my family, just for like me to, even if it's just like to goof off and dick around and do nothing. Like I need that as a human being. I need that. Specifically because of my job, but also due to the panorama and like the additional stress and agony that has brought on as a retail worker. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's a lot of what I did want to talk about is at 26 more so than ever. I've realized that I'm allowed to like things. It's always been in my head, and it's never been something that I've like actively gone against, because I've made, I think, a couple videos about this, how I don't believe in guilty pleasures. I don't feel guilty about anything I enjoy because nothing I enjoy is actively harming anybody. It is just very much seen as like, you're this age, so you shouldn't like that anymore because it's childish and this and that. But we don't let children and teenagers actually be children and teenagers anyway. And there's been like a very big resurgence, especially during the time of the panorama, of people realizing and remembering that just because it was things from their childhood doesn't mean that it doesn't still bring them joy. Also, I apologize if you can hear like scratching sounds in the background. It is my lovely darling cat. There's been, like I said, there's been like a resurgence of people realizing that like the healing their inner child and like healing their inner teenager has been really like happening a lot lately, the last couple months. I think because this holiday season especially was maybe especially rough for a lot of people due to the new variants and like traveling and all that stuff. So there's been a very big resurgence of people realizing that like they're allowed to still like things, and like, hey, I really liked this when I was like 7, 13, whatever, and I still really like it, and now I don't remember why I stopped like playing with it, watching it, doing this, which I really, really love, because I've always been doing that. I've always, when I was like 17, about to be like a graduating senior, I still had, honestly, right in this spot, I had these big cabinets with like doors. I had 2 of them, and they both had like a shelf in the middle full of my Monster High dolls. genuinely don't remember why I ended up getting rid of them. I think because I wanted like a fresh start or whatever. And I do regret getting rid of my Monster High dolls, but I've been like buying myself and indulging in so many things lately. I am getting like weird little collections of things. Like I genuinely think Funko Pops are the ugliest thing in the world, and I have a huge collection of Funko Pops now. I am getting like a lot of like graphic novels because when I was younger, when I was like a young teenager, manga was like my fucking life. That's the only thing I wanted to read. I didn't want to read any other type of book, so I had a huge collection of manga that I am also now regretting at this age that I got rid of. So I'm trying to like recollect those. I'm like specifically reading graphic novels because other than just being enjoyable, I find them a little easier to read at this point. I bought myself this, oh my god, I wish I had it with me. It's called a fairy finder. It's the cutest thing in the world, and I know if I had it when I was a little girl, I would never put it down. It's like, it looks like a little milk jar, and you flip open the top, and you can catch a fairy, and then when you have the fairy, she's like a Tamagotchi. You can feed her and play with her and play games, and it's the cutest thing in the world. Like, I'm getting myself, like, fun, I don't wear them a lot, but I'm getting them anyway, like, fun little, like, jewelry accessories. Like, I have one that's just, like, rainbow stars with, like, a teddy bear. And I'm doing this. I can show you this. I've talked about this briefly. I was fucking obsessed with Calico Critters when I was a little kid. My friend got me Calico Critters for my birthday, or for Christmas, right? I've kept this catalog because I am going to start getting Calico Critters again. I don't fucking care if I just display them. I want them in my life. Like, there's, oh my god, which one is it? Which one is it? Which one is it? The Baby Windmill Park. And there's the Red Roof Tower Home. What is that one? Spooky Surprise House? Like, bitch, what the fuck? And these are all like the different families and everything. Like, I 1000%. Which one did my friend get me? My friend got me the Hopper Kangaroo family. Oh my god, Woolly Alpaca family, Caramel Dog. I want the Outback Koala family really bad. Oh my god, and when I was out the other day, where is it? I saw the cello concert set. And I almost wanted to buy it, but I gave my cap. You'll see in next week's video. I'm going to spoil next week's video a little bit. Any clips you see from Barnes & Noble, I gave myself $100 to just spend at Barnes & Noble, and my brother has given me a $50 gift card for Christmas. So I spent $150 at Barnes & Noble, and it was the best moment of my life. But I got mainly books, and I almost got the Calico Critter thing, but it was like 30 bucks, just the little set, because they're phenomenal and they're very well made and they make good money. So that was very long, very rambly, not anywhere I originally wanted to go with that video, but I don't know if any of these ever are. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and if you kind of relate to it in any way, talking about just getting older and feeling different and feeling like you're kind of realizing that, you know, you can... I guess leave a like if you are agreeing with the, like, healing your inner child and healing your inner teenager, because honestly, it just makes everything a lot better in this world. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! I put the cardigan on, and I'm sweating to death.